Hello, everybody, and welcome to another edition of We Are Legion Live. This afternoon, we have joining us Tough on Friday. Hello, ladies. How are you doing?
We are doing. How are you doing?
Oh, doing good. So why don't we just start off and you tell everybody a little bit about your guys' self.
Well, we are a band from Georgetown, Texas, which is just north of Austin. And we've been doing music for quite some time, but we are super excited to be here and to be a part of this.
Yeah.
So thank you for hosting.
Yes, thank you so much for having us.
My pleasure. Seems like no matter where I'm looking on Twitter these days, something involving you all is popping up everywhere, and for good reason. You guys put out some outstanding stuff, and we've been. You guys were nominated for several of the indie awards coming up this year. The show was nominated for one as well, and I've been trying to get as many of those people on the show as possible to kind of get more recognition out to people and stuff like that. So why don't you go ahead and talk about some of the categories you guys were nominated in?
Yeah. Do you want to...
You go ahead.
I'll start. I'm Carly. I was nominated for Indie Bassist of the Year for the very first time.
That's why she goes first.
Very exciting.
That was super exciting. I'm Kaylee, and I was nominated for the Indie Guitarist of the Year, and I think that was the second time. Yeah, second time, which is super exciting.
You're the reigning champ.
I'm the reigning champ. I hold the belt, apparently.
Well, there you go.
Which is awesome. And then we are Band of the Year nominee.
Mm-hmm. Outstanding. All right. I got a little bit of an echo coming through. Do you guys have an app open? An app? Or maybe...
We do not, but it could just be this microphone.
It was just a little bit, and maybe it was just a little feedback through the microphone. Not a big deal.
Yeah, there was a train that just went by, too.
Yeah, I heard that. Normally, I have a toddler that runs around upstairs, so but he's not there today. So what all of you guys have been really working on? Go ahead and talk about all the stuff that you've been working on throughout this pandemic this last year.
What have we been working on? Well, I guess I should say I've been writing a little bit, as much as I can. It's kind of hard with this pandemic, but we've been writing. We've kind of just been working up some live shows, live streams.
Yeah, we've been very fortunate to get on stage a few times. That's been really fun.
Yeah, we've played the stage a couple times. It's been awesome.
We got a new bassist.
We have a new bassist.
We're rebuilding the band.
Yeah. Yeah, Carly's been, Carly, how long have you been here now? A couple months, right?
6 months now?
6 months, yeah. So that's super exciting. We are sculpting Carly to be the coolest bassist, cooler bassist than she already was.
Thank you. Wow.
Okay. Well, you guys mentioned it. You guys are in Texas, which you did have more of an opportunity there throughout the pandemic to be able to get out and play some live shows. I actually have other artists that relocated from California, which had the most strict lockdowns, to Texas. That way she could get out and play more. She's more down in the Houston area. And I think it's important as artists to be able to get out and do some live shows, because that gives you the chance to connect with your fans. Mm-hmm. That way, I mean, doing it through a live stream is one thing, but actually being out in front of people and being able to them feel your vibe and vice versa kind of makes all the difference in the world when you're playing.
Yep, for sure.
And so what is your preferred platform for doing your live streams?
Instagram Live is gotten huge since this whole pandemic happened, and it's kind of been more, audience friendly as well. So that has been fun. Eric, what else have we used? Eric's our manager, by the way. He's sitting over here.
I've had several conversations through email.
Oh yeah, I'm sure you have.
So, because we're a team as a band, that's the only way we could do everything that we've done. We've actually done only a few live streams. I'm just to keep our name out there, and only when we can make it an event. So we've been on both YouTube live stream and Facebook Live. Those have been the two.
Right, yeah.
Those have been the two main ones that we've utilized in the past. But we're gravitating and looking at some others as well.
Something that you might want to look into that would kind of give you more of a live performance type of feel is the Zoom shows. I've seen a couple of them done on Zoom. That way you can have multiple people up on the screen and you can actually see the reactions of, and you can.
That is super interesting. I never thought about that.
You can control and mute people and do it that way. But it's tough when you're doing, like here you can see me, but you can't see any of the crowd. So whenever we have people play on the show, I normally mute my mic and stuff, and I'm like, what do I do here? Do I cheer? The music's good. I was like, the music's good, but it just kind of feels awkward because I'm the only one there. And so, but the Zoom would adds a little bit more to how more people that you could see during the live stream. It's still not the same as playing a live show, but it gives you a little bit more towards that direction. And some of the other people that I've interviewed, what they do is they'll sell their Zoom tickets, and then whoever purchases one the day of the show, they'll just send them out the link to it, and there you go. So, and makes it a little bit more of a. It's kind of like playing a smaller bar venue or something like that. You're going to have like 25, 50 people in there, but it's better than just singing straight to the camera,
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, but it is important that you do keep getting stuff out there, your name out there, because this day and age, the way people consume their information and stuff, they have very, very short attention spans. And if you're not constantly putting out something for them to see or listen to, then they're just going to forget about you and move on down the road to the next person, Any plans? What are your plans for the beginning of this year?
Well,
We're playing next Friday.
Well, yeah.
Besides that,
Well, we're playing next Friday in Dallas at Reno's, which is going to be fun. But as far as like goals for the year, I want to get this one in the studio for sure. We want to do some new music, somewhere this year. We don't know when, but that's kind of the big plan. And play more shows, obviously.
yeah, as many as we can.
Yep.
I'm excited.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm hoping with the way the vaccine and stuff gets rolled out that
Yep.
more towards. I was kind of hoping the beginning of summer, but so far it's rolled out a little bit slower than I thought it was going to go. So hopefully towards the end of summer, into fall, we can start playing some of those more shows and getting some bigger venues and more people in there. I know I, for one, am just dying to get out to see some live music. I mean,
I know that seems to be the case with a lot of our crew and audience.
Oh yeah.
And it's just, I love live music, and that's my preferred way to consume music is live. And I haven't even got to listen to a live act since I was in Poland last February.
Oh wow.
That's awful. That's a long time.
Yeah. So, other than like live streams, and not that I don't enjoy the live streams, it's just really not the same experience.
It's different. Yeah.
And
That's why I said earlier, the live streams we've done have pretty much just been, we've tried to create events as opposed, I think, a lot of artists have been just throwing stuff at the wall, and it really, in some ways, I think they may have alienated some of their fans because they're not giving the same type of experience. And we've been trying to give a live experience as close as we can get through live stream. Of course, we have 3 of the largest metropolitan areas in the United States within our boundaries that we can go to. It's very fluid. It can change on a moment's notice, but we've been very fortunate. We're working on getting into Houston. We just played Austin a week ago. Dallas is open. We played San Antonio. So we're in a little bit different ball game than a lot, which is great for us, than a lot of other artists. But the live streaming, we have a great relationship with our local radio station in Georgetown. So, and because for us as a 3-piece rock band, the hard part is translating the sound, our sound, to make it viable into a live stream format. I'm not real big on being an loud electric rock band and going all acoustic on every show. It just doesn't. We're not serving our fans by doing that.
And yeah, that's a very good point that you brought up. Is since you are a rock band, it doesn't really behoove you to try to do. I mean, you can do occasionally do an acoustic show. Just to kind of change things up, but that's not what your fans really come out to see you for. They come out to see you jam, and so yeah, I could see how difficult that would be to translate over onto a live stream, getting a good mix between the sounds of the instruments without drowning out the vocals, and or vice versa. Just being able to get that mix, and plus being able to get the show all into one camera to do so.
The Windowsill concert.
When was that? That was a long time ago.
Yeah, that was in May.
We played a live stream. It was called the Windowsill concert. That was a fun show. That was back in May, which seems like centuries ago.
At least 20 years.
Yeah, it's been like 40 years. But yeah, that was pretty fun. We had people come, like we promoted it, and locals actually came out, not like to see us, but hear us, because we opened up a window and everything. It was really cool.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it was super fun. It was really cool. Carly wasn't there.
I didn't know that, man.
That was our other faces. You were there in spirit.
It was good.
You were feeling it.
I remember that.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got the idea because in Spain they were doing DJ sets on balconies in Spain to other people in the area. So we stuck monitors in the radio station's windows. They're on the second floor, and we invited people to socially distance across the street from us on a lawn, and we played a show. We played a 1-hour show.
It was really cute.
Yeah, it was great. It worked out really well. It was something a lot more creative, and Austin at the time was kind of trying to figure itself out, and so it was a good timing for us.
Yeah, especially because it was after like South by and everything kind of just collapsed. Everybody just kind of needed some sort of music to listen to, somewhat live.
Yeah, I can understand that, especially around that time, because you got the University of Texas there, and they were just finding out that they probably weren't going to have a graduation ceremony. So everybody, around May, everybody was pretty well just down in the dumps, and doing something like that, I could definitely see how that could pick up spirits at least a little bit. Your band name, Tough on Fridays. It's a pretty interesting name. How did you come up with that?
The jokes about the band name never seem to stop. Are you tough on Saturdays?
One time we were introduced as Tough on Tuesdays. That was fun.
That was hilarious. Yeah. By somebody that we were really close with, too. But the band name, the way it went was, it was like back in however long ago this band has been around, like 5 or 6 years ago. I was still in high school, and Eric had actually texted about a show that was supposed to be on a Saturday. Was it on a Saturday?
Thursday.
Oh, it was on a Thursday, apparently. Okay, so it was on a Thursday. And he asked if we could do it on a Fridays, and I said that Fridays were pretty tough. So Eric was like, "Oh, there's your band name."
It's tough. That's great.
And I was like, okay.
I knew there had to be a story about it, and I just wanted to get that out there for everybody to do that. Why don't we take a moment and stop right here and let you guys tell everybody about where they can find you on social media, and if you have any like websites for merch or anything like that.
For merch, you can go check out our Bandcamp. It's just Tough on Fridays.
GTX.
GTX for Georgetown, Texas. Thanks, Eric.
Right.
And Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, everything else. Spotify is just at Tough on Fridays, all lowercase, no spaces. And what else? Is that pretty much it?
Yeah, the website is toughnfridays.com. That's
on our website.
I mean, if you're typing us in on Google, you're going to find all of the band's material.
Outstanding. So, have you got a chance to? You were talking about wanting to get her in the studio. Do you have anything ready to go into the studio as of yet, or just kind of still working on putting things together?
I think due to this pandemic, I've kind of hit a writer's block, and I've been stuck for a little bit of time. But I've talked to other artists, and they're kind of saying the same thing. It's just a weird time. It's a weird time, and it's just hard for everybody right now. Mm-hmm. And nothing's really flowing as of yet. But I mean, y'all know me. It takes me like 2 seconds to write a song, it seems, and it just flows. So that day might come, hopefully soon. So Carly can finally get her time in the studio.
I'm ready. It's my time.
And not be bitter.
Kaylee and Chris love to talk about how great the studio was last
No.
time. All the time.
That is all Chris. That is our drummer, Chris. He loves it. He always gets me in on it, and I just...
I'm like, oh yeah, that was my favorite thing. I remember that really vividly. Thank you very much.
Obviously, you can't be doing too bad. You're up for Bassist of the Year, so...
Yeah, Carly!
So, yeah, I mean, I'm sure you are ready to get in the studio and start laying down some stuff with your fellow bandmates. And as for the rest of us, we'll be very interested to see some of that stuff come out.
She's got pipes, too.
Oh, yeah? You sing, too?
I sing a little bit, yeah.
A little bit. She's got these killer pipes. She's so modest. But yeah, that's what I'm really looking forward to, is getting her to do some lead vocal stuff. Right, Carly?
Lead vocal stuff.
Yeah.
I didn't know that was the plan, but I'm here for it.
That's what you're going to... I'm training. That's what we're doing.
Sounds like she's just training you to take over, and she can sit over there on the side and let you just handle it.
You will be the Tough on Fridays.
Just me.
I'm taking. I don't know how you're going to play the drums and the bass at the same time, but if you could pull it off, I would like to see it. It would be very interesting to watch that. So, what kind of? I know you guys got tons of venues down there with the Dallas-Fort Worth, Austin area, San Antonio, Houston. What's your favorite venue to play that you've played down there?
The one we played last week was great.
I was about to say that.
I really enjoyed. We played at Come and Take It Live in Austin, off Riverside.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It was really fun. And it was just a good venue, and it felt like I felt safe.
I was about to say that. They had everything together. They had like seating in the audience, so everybody wasn't like standing. It was just all very well thought out and put together.
Yeah.
Well, that's good.
And there's a lot of space there too.
Yes,
which is nice.
a ton.
And the sound guy was great.
He was fun.
Juice.
Jonathan.
Yeah, Jonathan Juice.
Yeah.
He was good.
I'm trying to think of another venue. Where have we been playing?
San Antonio.
We did play San Antonio. I was at Fitzgerald's. That was a good show.
But we're happy to play anywhere, to be honest.
Yeah.
A lot of the smaller venues in Austin are gone, for that matter. There's still a few around, but things are tightening up as far as who can get in there to actually play anymore. It's going to end up, and this is not going to be unique to Austin. It's going to be everywhere, where you're going to have tons of bands and very few venues to let them play live. And so we've concentrated on keeping our act together and continuing to rehearse and everything, because the guys that have really got it together and are stayed sharp, they're going to be playing the gigs. That's unfortunately the way it's going to shake out.
And yeah, I agree with that totally. Yeah, that's one of the big downfalls that we've had through this pandemic is, you're losing a lot of those venues, those smaller venues. So when we come out, you're going to have tons of bands that are ready to play, tons of people that want to come out and watch live music, but not a whole lot of places for them to go to do that. Yeah. And it's probably going to be that way for a little bit until they can start reopening some of those old places and things of that nature. But this has really been tough on everybody, and some of those bands that I talked to that have been that are traveling bands that play the larger venues and things like that. I mean, I can't imagine what it would be like to be like a sound guy who does those bigger venues and stuff and haven't got to work in a year, or a roadie even who their life is on the road with a band and they haven't got to do anything in a year. I imagine they're just all ready to get out there on the road and do anything they can. Mm-hmm. And I'm ready for all that to get back to some sort of normalcy. And because it's different no matter wherever you go in the country. I mean, Texas was a little bit looser on the restrictions, so you guys got to play some shows. If you go to like Nashville, they got some venues still up and running, doing shows and things like that. But then if you go to places like New York or California, then there's absolutely nowhere to play. So you're actually ahead of the game, being based in Texas, where you've got to play some shows. So you guys are going to be more ready to go out and play. So you might have to be ready to do some state hopping to go play some shows.
Cool. Yeah.
We're actually getting the calls from the venue owners because they see us out there and we're on top of things. And in fact, when we played Come and Take It, we didn't solicit for that venue at all. They called us and asked us to set up a show there. So, and a couple of the others that are coming up, like we're playing Reno's Chop Shop up in Dallas. That one has been basically on hold since pre-pandemic.
Yeah, we've had to back that one up like 5 different times.
At least 5 times. So, but we're looking at other ones, and it's just going to be very tough though to get back in. So,
okay. Pandemic's over. You get a call from Jerry Jones wanting you to play Texas Stadium. Who you opening them for?
Who are we opening for?
Basement.
I was going to say Paramore.
Paramore also. Ooh,
we're going to open up for Paramore and play all Paramore songs.
That's bold.
We know all her songs.
Well, that could be a tough act to follow.
Exactly. We're like, who is this Tough on Wednesdays band?
They're like, they just played my whole set. What am I going to do?
We're out of material.
Yeah. So, well, I mean, maybe you can get out there and actually play with Paramore on stage.
Yes, you should come to that show. I'm sure it'll be very interesting.
I would love to go to that show.
Oh God!
Believe me, I'd have my laptop and everything set up, and we'd live stream that thing. That way, you guys could have the video of it.
Oh yeah, because that'll be memorable for sure.
Yeah. So, we already talked about you haven't had any of new music that you're ready to put out yet. Have you tried just maybe going back and doing some of your older songs with her on bass?
Have you done?
I like that look. I thought. Yes, actually, we've been talking about it because Carly sings a handful of like the older songs because they're singing really low, and I can't do that. And like I said, Carly's got pipes, and that's probably what we might end up doing, just to put something out there,
And that'd be fun.
Yes.
They're pops. They're good.
Yeah, they're actually some pretty good.
Well, which ones is she singing?
Me?
Lush
all the
obviously.
time.
Yeah.
What else?
Let Down is another good one. We can redo it the way you would like it to.
Yes. There was a song that we released called Let Down, and it was supposed to be like this super emotional, slow tempo song, and Eric didn't like it, so we changed it.
So we're gonna turn it into a ballad.
It's been like 4 years, and I'm still bitter about it. So I guess we're gonna redo it.
Well, now's your chance to do it in your image and
Exactly.
see how it plays out. I mean, worst case scenario, you still have the original version, so.
Exactly. See, Eric, are you listening? Do you hear what he's saying?
I'm listening. I'm not opposed to doing it the other way. Yeah. It just got reworked over time. It went through several different iterations before it ended up where it is on Spotify now. So, actually, and the guy that actually had a large part to do with that was the producer Trey Nagella out of Dallas, who's worked with Blake Shelton. He's a multi-Grammy winner up in Dallas, and he agreed to work on the track because it just wasn't coming together, and we wanted to finish it up and get it out. So he did a great job. It's one of our more popular tracks out there, believe it or not, but I can show you the numbers. But nevertheless, it's not what Kaylee originally envisioned when we first started playing it.
So it's time.
Yeah, I mean, every time it's on our set list, Carly and I are like,
Just because I can never remember the words.
That would make it more difficult if you don't remember the words.
That's what that look was Friday. At our last show, Carly was like,
I was like, "Are you sure you want to do this one? We could cut it. We got time."
I was like, okay. Me, who forgot how to play it, yeah, I was like, totally cool down with that. It's funny because we were just talking about how we're on it.
We're on it.
Yeah,
We're on the same page for sure.
definitely. Mm-hmm.
Well, she has only been there for a little bit in the band, so you got to cut her a little bit of slack, maybe.
Yeah,
Right.
I agree.
Indie based comedy.
I'm trying to help you out here.
I appreciate it. I needed
I'm drawing these straws.
She's got great chops, and the stuff that we've put out there on Twitter and on Instagram from the live sets. I mean, she's a great bass player.
Yeah,
she really
our
is
Instagram
super good.
highlights, not highlights.
Reels?
Yes, thank you. Our highlight reels. We did. Eric actually caught us playing Undone at Come and Take It Live, and dude, Carly's bass is so good. There's this opening riff. It's just lone bass, and it's so good. It's so good.
That's Kaylee's favorite thing.
It gives me chills every single time. I'm like, yes, Carly. So good. That's an
I'm
awesome
gonna I'm gonna have to go check that out.
Do it.
Yes, definitely do it.
No, you made me lose my train of thought. It happens a lot. It's one of the casualties of doing live streaming is, I know, before we go too much farther, I know one of you all had plans. I don't want to run into that. So what time do we need to finish this up by?
What time is it? We're okay.
It's about 5:15 right now.
No, we're good.
5:15.
Okay.
Cool.
So
You're gonna go see or something?
Yeah, it's my other band.
Tough on Tuesdays, I'm
Stuff
assuming.
on Tuesday.
and actually voting for that's getting ready to start up here in 4 days for those awards.
Yep.
Yeah, and so I've been trying to promote that as much as possible out there on Twitter and Instagram. I'll make sure I get you guys tagged and whenever I do those posts so you can share them out as well.
Thank you. We appreciate it.
Because I told everybody, and I take a little bit. I started this a couple live streams ago, and I take a few minutes to talk about the awards. Even though I'm nominated, I'm not out here begging for votes or anything like that. I'm not a politician, but I do want people to get out and vote, just to support all the great artists and stuff that are on that list and up for all the awards. And I just want to see a ton of support for those artists. And that'll make me happy. I just sit here and talk. You guys are the ones that play the music and are the stars of the show, really.
Well, shucks.
Thank you.
And what did you guys think of your day as artist of the day yesterday?
It was awesome. Thank you.
Yes,
Wow.
that was awesome. Loved that.
Yeah, that was a new idea that I started at the beginning of the year as well. As of course, we do the daily streams where people drop their links and stuff. But then I was like, well, why don't we take one artist every day? We'll put them in the spotlight in a separate tweet all by themselves. And my goal is for everybody to retweet that. And I'm hoping in time, since we've only been doing it for a couple weeks, is that we take an indie artist every day and make them go viral.
Yeah, that'd be really cool.
That would be
That's
awesome.
very kind as well.
Yeah.
And because that was my whole goal in all of this, is to make sure that bands like yours get heard, because you don't get the chance to be on national radio and things like that. And when if people actually could hear your music, then they're gonna be like, wow, and then they're gonna follow it. And you don't have a major record label pushing behind you to get you out there. And quite frankly, you're not male either, so you're already behind. I hate that I have to say that, but you know as well as I do that that is one of the realities we live in the music business, that I, again, would like to see change completely. I'm a big proponent of equal play for you ladies. So anything that I could do to help you all out, you let me know, and we will do our best to do that.
Well, that means a lot. It's especially with our genre of music, it's definitely just overly saturated with males, which is fine, but it's hard for us. So,
well, yeah, and I do interviews with a lot of female country artists as well, and of course, the country field is just completely saturated with male. And the problem is for every, not to knock any of the guys, but for every one of the male artists, I can probably name 4 or 5 female artists that have just as good of stuff as they do. They just don't get the opportunity. And that's... I was looking over here. 3 Mind Blight was saying some stuff in the comments, and I was trying to catch back up on it. But yeah, he's talking about all of us being up for awards. But do you guys have anything else that you want to add or anything like that? Anything that you would like to talk about?
Man, do you have anything?
I don't think so.
I don't know. I'm new. I don't know.
Do you want to talk about the new one coming out?
Oh yeah, a whole new song coming out.
Oh, we get to talk about that? Whoa, this is a big deal.
Go for it. Go for it.
It's your time.
Our time,
Sorry.
Carly. It's our time.
It's our time.
I just dropped my phone, but it's fine. Yes, we have a new song coming out. Is it end of February, early March?
Yes.
We're aiming for that. We've been holding on to the song for about a year now. We recorded it last year in Dallas at Empire Sound, and we're finally getting to release it. And I think it's probably one of the best songs I've ever written, so I'm pretty excited about that. It's a great song, and I can't wait for everybody's feedback.
Tell them the name.
Oh, I totally forgot that. Yeah, the name of the song is called Cabin Fever, which is very fitting.
Yes. Yes, it did.
That was like
very
pre-pandemic time, so weird how that worked out.
well, and sometimes things like that work out just perfectly. All the stars align, and so you don't have an exact date for the release of that yet? Just
not
general time frame?
Yeah, general time frame. We still need some cover art that we need to get settled, and is that pretty much it?
Yeah, the song is done. We finished it last year, but
like I said, we've been holding on to it for like.
We had the album project, and it with Undone, which is trending, is doing phenomenally well. Undone is popping out.
I'm telling you, it's Carly's bass.
Yeah, it's 20 over 27,000 Spotify streams after 1 month.
Oh, nice.
It was one of the songs, that one, Undone and Cabin Fever, were the 2 songs that they needed to be standalones because of the way marketing works on Spotify. We didn't want to roll them into the album and then not being able to market them the way they should be. Because
Absolutely.
they're both killer songs. They're both amazing tracks. All the critics out there saying Undone is Kaylee's best work yet. They love
Which
her
is
voice.
shocking to me.
They love her voice.
That's great.
They love the whole arrangement. One critic liked the part where you're starting up really fast and all of a sudden you break and you go into the second section. Nobody does stuff like that out there. So it's really impressive on what she pulled off. And Cabin Fever is as good or better.
So be on the lookout for that.
Yeah.
That was a good review.
Absolutely. We'll be on the lookout for that, and we'll make sure that we get everybody. You gonna have pre-saves available for that?
Oh yeah.
Okay. Let me know whenever you're gonna start the pre-saves for that, so I can start shouting it out on the socials to get those racked up, because I know those really help out with getting you on playlists and things like that.
Cool.
For those Spotify and Apple Music and things. And I'm really hoping that I can get out sometime soon. Well, maybe later spring, and make a trip down there towards you guys, because I'm really not that far. I'm just up here in KC, so it's a little 9-10 hour drive down there.
Shoot for February
Not
the
too far
6th.
at all.
Actually, well, I was in the Navy stationed in Jacksonville, Florida, and I drove back and forth between Jacksonville and Kansas City, which is a 22-hour drive. So
Hey,
a 10-hour drive's nothing. But he was saying shoot for February when?
February 6th, we play in Georgetown. It's becoming our new, it's another venue that we play regularly. We're also playing on March the 5th, which is going to be more of an acoustics show at the place that's been their home base forever and ever, called Roots. But they wanted to do a more singer-songwriter type show, but still playing, but sticking with electrics. Kaylee doesn't like playing acoustic anymore.
Barrels and Amps, by the way, was that venue.
Yeah.
He forgot to mention. That was another venue that we actually played that was like phenomenal to us.
They've been fantastic.
Yep. Great venue. They know what they're doing, so.
Yeah, killer sound system there. And they sold out the last time. They were turning people away at the door because of social distancing. There's just not as much space to come into these places. So if you really want to get out to see a show, you got to get there early to get a seat.
Yeah, that's February 6th. It would probably be more of the March one that I would be able to, because unfortunately I do still have a day job that I got to do.
Boo!
We are working on changing that, because I really want to be able to do this full time for everybody, and I'm working on it. The pandemic really slowed down my plans, really. But we're kind of catching our groove now, and things are starting to pick up with the show here. And once we start doing that, I'm starting to see a lot more offers for sponsorship and advertising and things of that nature. And that's what really going to fuel the things. But I'm dying to get out there on the road and be able to do these interviews actually in the same room with people, and it would make it a whole different game in that way. And I could bring different cameras and stuff, and it would be easier for you to have a setup where you could play, because I could switch cameras, and I got a brand new 4K HD camera that I can record stuff like that and make things a whole lot better. And but right now I'm just trying to get to where people can actually get to know the artist, and we're doing it that way. And I really appreciate that you all come out and took the time to do this. And I definitely wanted to get you on now before voting started, so people kind of had an idea who you are and what awards and stuff that you were up for. And best of luck in all your categories.
Thank you so much.
And anytime that you have anything like the pre-saves, or you're getting ready to drop an EP or an album or anything, or you just want to promote a show, make sure you guys let me know, and I'll be more than happy to advertise it out for you on social media to get it out there to more people.
Thank you.
Because that's the whole thing, is getting your guys' sound out to everybody, and let them decide whether they want to listen or not. But they don't know they don't want to listen if they can never get to hear you.
Exactly.
Yep.
So,
Makes sense.
me, I know what I like, and I don't go around telling people what kind of music to like, because everybody's different. So I let them make their own. I let them hear it. If they want to listen, then they take it from there. And that was the whole idea behind the whole thing. And I'm actually going to start partnering up with a few people to do some different things. And they're probably people that you've talked to on Twitter and whatnot before. But I will definitely let you know when some of those newer things come out, and whatever we can do to help you guys out, you just let us know.
Awesome.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
All right. Well, do you want to tell everybody bye or anything before we?
Next Friday.
Yes. Thanks to anybody who's listening and stopped by, and thank you for having us, of course.
Yes, thank you.
We do have a show in Dallas this upcoming Friday at Reno's Chop Shop. It's a great lineup, really awesome bands that are putting on a great show. And we'll be headlining, actually. So,
Nice.
if you're in the
Very
Dallas
good.
area, stop by.
Absolutely.
Stop by really
late.
Really late?
Yeah.
Okay. Everybody got that, really late.
Really
Stop
late.
by.
That's the time.
Yep.
And what was the name of the venue again?
Reno's Chop Shop.
Reno's Chop Shop. How many bands are there playing that night? You know,
It's 4.
4
Three.
bands, and you guys are the headliners. Outstanding. All right, well, everybody, this is Tough on Fridays. Like I said, make sure you get out and vote when the voting opens on Wednesday for the indies. And if you haven't been out and listened to their music yet, one, you're missing out, and I don't know what you're waiting for. Just get out there and listen. It's crazy that, because like I said, you guys are everywhere. You're always popping up. One of the main people popping up in my timelines and stuff, and that's saying a lot, because there's 18,000 of bands that are in my Twitter feed, and I'm always seeing Tough on Fridays and the same 5 or 6 bands, which is good, because you're keeping your name out there in front of people, and it's really going to pay off for you whenever people can get back out and start doing shows, because you're gonna start seeing those shows just be completely sold out and be crammed in there, and they're already going to know your music because they've been listening to it, and they're going to know your faces, and they're doing shows like this. They're going to know a little bit of your guys' personalities and stuff too, which it only helps you, because that lets them connect better with you as artists. So, but ladies, I appreciate your time. Anything you need, you just let me know. He can send me an email, or you guys can DM me. I know for a fact that we're on Instagram and Twitter. I'm pretty sure about Facebook. That's probably the one I spend less time on, is Facebook. Yeah. Anyways, I'm normally on Instagram and Twitter. I'm trying to get those grown up, and then I'll work on doing the Facebook thing. If you try to do too many at one time, then they all kind of just like deadline on you. And so now that we got Twitter up here, Instagram's coming next, and then Facebook will be my last one. But thank you all for your time. It's been amazing. Anytime you guys want to come on the show, don't be afraid to drop me a note and say, hey, we got this coming up, or we just want to get on the show and just chat. That would be great. You all have a wonderful day, and have a very good dinner with the family.
I will. I understand.
Tough on Tuesdays. Yeah,
Tough on Tuesdays. But thank you, ladies, and we will talk to you all later.
Awesome.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for having us.
Mm-hmm. Bye. All right, everybody, that was Tough on Fridays. Like I said, voting for the indies starts on Wednesday. Got Mike on there. We got Tough on Fridays is in there in 3 categories. I'm in there. We got Radio TFC that's on there. We got Abby K on bass. There's just so many phenomenal artists that is in our little group that are on there. I'd like to really see you all get out and support all of them. because they're all deserving of whatever award that they've been nominated for. I don't think we have another show as of yet scheduled. I'm kind of working on another one. Maybe it'll kind of be an impromptu one because she's got a song coming out on Monday, but we shall wait and see on that. But if not, we will be back on Wednesday at our regular time at 8:30 with Taylor Teasley. She's a very good, talented country artist. And other than that, you guys got any questions before? I've been asking Mike. Mike has kind of been on the fence. I think Mike is waiting until I can do a live show with him where we can be in the camera together. And so that I got to get him the blog questions out. Actually, I'm probably going to do the written blog on Mike before he actually is on the show, but we'll work on that. Also, for all of you that are interested in the Hulu episode, I haven't forgot about you. I know it's there. I'm working. I just can't roll that out with just anybody because some people might actually take offense to me doing the show in a hula get-up. But as soon as I find an artist that is willing to work on that with me, then I will let you all know, and I will deliver as promised. It's sitting right here beside me, just waiting to be called out. So I just want to make sure it's all right with the artist before I go on doing a show of that nature, because I do want to get the best video out as possible for but yes, we will get the hula episode out, and I am working diligently to find an artist to work with on that. I thought I had one, but they decided to pass, so we will get that. It may have to wait a week or so. But I know Mike, for one, is dying to see the hula episode. And I'm a man of my word. And hopefully, I finally got off my lazy butt and got Mike the audio to mix for the opening for the show. So hopefully we can get that. I guarantee you, if you watch the hula show, you will never, ever forget it. It'll be permanently burned into your retinas. There will be nothing they can do to get that out of your memory banks. So it will definitely be one for the ages. So does anybody have anything before we wind this down today? Well, that looks like a no for today. How did this time frame work for you guys? I mean, it seems it works better for the live audience. We've got some pretty decent live numbers for this kind of time frame. But this was more just to kind of work with the artists when they were available. So, but if you have any ideas, you all know how to know where my DM's at. Drop them in my DMs, and we will take a look at them. Other than that, unless I have someone get scheduled in between now and Wednesday, we will see you on Wednesday night. So we will see you then.